Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Tarot with Talia. This message is for the sign of Leo for your love life in the month of January 2026. I have pulled three initial cards: Judgment, Justice, and Queen of Swords. I have also pulled a card from the Romance Angels deck, which states healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. In this reading, please only take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it's not for you, no need to dwell on it. We'll move on. I have pulled clarifiers for each of the three initial cards, but let me speak about what I see with the first three. Leo, with the Judgment card, this can represent that you have been through quite a bit recently, possibly in relationships, but more so with your family than a personal relationship. Intuitively, I'm feeling that in the past, there's a possibility that your family was not accepting of the person that you wanted to be with. It could have possibly caused a lot of conflict in your relationship with the person and also in the relationship with your family. But with the Judgment card, there is time for like renewal or revival, and good karma can also come your way. It's like with this situation, you were trying to possibly keep the peace with your family and you did everything that you could, but it seemed that your family just was not on the same level as you and were in disagreement about who you were choosing to be with at the time or currently. In clarifying the Judgment card, we have the King of Wands. This is you, Leo. The King of Wands being clarified or clarifying the Judgment card means that this is what you've been dealing with thus far when it comes to your relationship. Some of you, I'm feeling, are dealing with a set of parents who may not have always shown the proper way of giving and receiving love. And you feel as though you have taken this possible pain from their relationship and growing up in their household into your own relationship. And it has really hurt you along the way in developing successful relationships with your partners. There's others that I'm feeling intuitively that your parents had been together for most of your life, if not all of your life. And they just decided to split up or possibly divorce. And you have become an adult with divorced parents. You're not sure how to wrap your head around it. You're not sure what to think about it. If anything, you're questioning, like, how can you be together for so long and then just decide to split? You're possibly blaming yourself for this. But I'm here to tell you, Leo, that this is not your fault. And you shouldn't allow this, if this is resonating with you, you shouldn't allow this to create a fear that you shouldn't get close to people and allow people in. You deserve a relationship with someone that's going to love you and treat you the way you should be treated, especially if that is what you are seeking. In clarifying the King of Wands, we have the Strength card. You are trying your best to be positive and keep a positive outlook about things. But when the Strength card comes out, it definitely represents that you have been through some kind of obstacle or hurdle when it comes to love. Maybe you've even questioned yourself, are you even worthy of it? And I'm here to tell you, Leo, that you definitely are. And you should never question that. Everyone deserves love and deserves to receive it, especially if they're giving it. I feel like you're trying to develop the courage to move forward and put yourself back out there. For a lot of you, Leos, I feel that you are currently single. You're looking, but there's just so many questions around what your next step should be that you're unsure. Some of you may even be dating someone and you feel like they're a great person, but you don't know if you should move forward yet with them because of all the doubts that you have, maybe from past relationships and maybe from just watching your parents' relationships and feel like they may have failed. Some of you may even feel like your parents may have failed you when it came to growing up and watching how they interacted in your household in the relationship. Clarifying the strength card, we have the Four of Pentacles. This could possibly be a fear of loss, meaning you fear putting yourself out there, falling hard for someone, and then losing them, either through a breakup or them ghosting you. Many different things, happen that can cause the ending of a relationship. And you don't want to go through that. And it could be reflective of a situation you could have dealt with your parents, to where you've seen them love each other or what you thought was love. And then all of a sudden it just ended. They decided that that's just not what they wanted to do anymore. They wanted to part ways and move on with separate lives. And Leo, if this is you I'm talking about, because I'm very strongly feeling like someone has just received news that their parents are getting a divorce or are no longer happy, and you are just thinking about how this is going to change the entire dynamic of your family, of your world, especially if you have siblings or if you have children, which means that your parents are grandparents. The holidays are coming up, and maybe you're dealing with a situation where you're so used to spending the holidays with both parents under the same roof, and now they've split, and you're going to have to see them separately at different times at different homes, and you just don't know yet how to cope with that. And it makes you scared. And that is normal in a situation like this. Just don't blame yourself. What is going on, if this is resonating with you regarding your parents, what is going on between your parents is with them. Do not put that burden on yourself. For anyone who is dealing with an issue of feeling like you were never loved by your parents, they didn't show it, therefore you don't know how to show it. They didn't show it, therefore when someone is showing it to you, you don't know how to receive it. Leo, first off, let me say that never dim your light for anyone. And never hold back your feelings and emotions of love towards someone that you know deserves love from you. And always love yourself first. And understand that whatever you went through with your family that made you feel that way, again, was not your fault. With this Justice card, this could mean that you are seeking some type of balance. Balance in your life, balance in your love life, trying to wrap your head around maybe some of the things you've gone through in past relationships that you don't quite understand. For some of you, I feel like I'm strongly feeling like some of you have just gone through a breakup. And if you did, I'm sorry about that. But please know that there are better things ahead. And whether you get back with that person or not, all the trials and tribulations that you go through in a relationship are lessons to be learned. And I just hope for any of you Leos that are currently dealing with a recent breakup or just a breakup at all that you're still trying to heal from, that you do find peace within that. With the Justice card, oh, Leo, your reading is very strong. For some of you who are watching this, I am hearing that you may have gone through a relationship with someone that could have assaulted you. It could have been an abusive relationship, because the Justice card is being clarified by the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is representing a lot of stress, sense of anxiety, feeling despair, feeling oppressed, weighed down. Love should never feel that way. There are going to be times you're going to have ups and downs, but with 9 swords, that is almost like 9 swords that you've had to go through that have just cut you each time. It's been consistent. And I hope and pray for anyone watching this that resonates with, that you find the strength to walk away, to get the help and resources that you need. And I pray that you can turn away from this. For some of you, you may have grown up in a household where you watched this happening with your parents. And as an adult, or at this current moment in your life, you're still dealing with the hurt and pain from it. And you're trying your best not to take it into your relationship with your partner or with your kids. Some of you may feel like you have a tough time with anger because you've watched your parents go through this when you were a child. The Nine of Swords is sleepless nights and stressful mornings. Always thinking of the situations that you've been going through, feeling down and out. And no one should be in that type of headspace for a very long time. And I hope that if this is you, Leo, you find the strength to move forward and have a happier ending. Clarifying the Nine of Swords, we have the Hierophant. So I feel like you may have someone in your life, in your circle, that you feel like you can talk to or open up to, because a Hierophant can be a wise person, someone who has more traditional values and can offer you words of wisdom and guidance. This could be if you have a pastor or a priest or just someone older in your community, in your family, that can help you get through this. I'm also feeling that I should say this specifically for anyone that's a Leo that has been dealing with any form of abuse in a relationship. There are resources out there that can help you. And when you are ready, seek those resources immediately. Moving on from that, the Hierophant is being clarified by the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups could definitely mean that things are feeling a little overwhelming. In this situation, which could be in your own personal relationship with your partner or your own relationship with your parents that you feel like you're still healing from. It's just been too much. And with all of these cups here, if you notice, they all hold something different, a different element. But these can also cause delusion. You may think you're seeing one thing, but it's another. You're not quite sure exactly which way to go, what to do when it comes to your love life or who you should seek out. I want to clarify this Seven of Cups. Why is the Seven of Cups here for Leo in the month of January? For love, why is the Seven of Cups here? And we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, Leo. You felt like this is your burden to carry. You've been feeling weighed down by all of this. For several of you, you may feel that none of your relationships have been truly successful because you have held on to family matters in the past that have hurt you. And in some way, shape, or form, those issues manifest into your relationships. You've probably had people point it out to you, past partners. You may have felt like it just really held you down from truly being able to be open to someone. Some of you may be feeling heartbroken because you don't know how to tell the person that you want to be with or that you love exactly what you went through, because you would feel like you're reliving it all over again. Any childhood trauma. But Leo, at some point, when you're ready, forgiveness is one of the strongest things you can ever do. And it's powerful, not just for that person, but for you. It is vital in order for you to be able to move forward in your life with purpose and not have to look back at any issues that you went through in your past, in your childhood, but to say, I've overcome it. You don't have to carry this alone. With the Queen of Swords, this queen is a no-nonsense queen. This could represent someone's mother or grandmother or father or grandfather. Gender doesn't matter in tarot. But Queen of Swords can be very sharp with her tone, with the way she speaks. Sometimes she doesn't hold back. She tells you like it is, and that's that. Sometimes it's her way or no way. There may be some Leos out here who feel that they were dealing with this type of queen as a parent, and that it was difficult to ever speak or get your point across. Communication was difficult with your parents. Therefore, communication is difficult in your relationships. You may not feel like you can fully openly express yourself to your partner and how you're feeling, because maybe as a child, one of those family issues growing up was you felt like your feelings didn't matter. You were shut down every time you wanted to express yourself. Clarified, the Queen of Swords is the Hermit. That type of behavior, feeling like you couldn't be open and say what you needed to say, caused you to close off. Some of you Leos out there may not even have a relationship with your family, or your parents because of your childhood upbringing. You've yet to forgive, and therefore you've closed yourself off and decided to move on. Now, I'm not going to encourage anyone to reach out to any family member or loved one that they feel have hurt them and they've moved on and that has made them feel more at peace. If you've got to cut off anyone, I don't care if it is your family, so you can have peace of mind, do what you feel you need to do for you. And if it's meant for you to reconcile those relationships, it will happen in due time. But you have to preserve your peace. And that is how love can truly come to you, when you know you are capable of loving yourself. With the Hermit, it's being clarified by the Four of Wands, which represents family. Some of you are not in contact with your family at all because it hurts too much. And you may not even feel like you're truly a part of your family because of all the things you experience in your life as a child. But these things can be healed. And sometimes, yes, the healing can mean I have to move on. I'm an adult now. I have to move on with my life. I can't stay here and deal with this. I can't keep being reminded of any trauma that I've gone through in order for me to live a life of fulfillment. And that is okay. There may be some of you out here who are withdrawn from your parents or your family, but you want to reconnect. And it's been so long, you just don't know how. Reach out. Communicate. Take the initiative, or if one of your relatives have already contacted you, reply. Start off slow and then build up to having a better connection with your family, if that's something you choose to do. Clarifying the Four of Wands is the Eight of Wands. This can represent communication, travel. But because it is following a hermit, this definitely means that you don't even talk. Some of you don't even talk to your family or your parents. You've completely cut them off. You may live a distance from them, and this could be on purpose because you don't want access to them and you don't want them to have access to you. You do feel that these things have or can affect your love life. And they can. But Leo, you have the power because you are a very powerful sign. You have the power to change that. And you've shown up in your reading several times with the King of Wands, with the Strength card, which represents Leo, with several of the Wand cards, such as the Ten of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Four of Wands. You're here all throughout your reading. You have the power to change the things that you want to change when it comes to love. Healing family issues could be the start of a new beginning for you. And that's whether you choose to be involved with your family or not. And forgiveness doesn't mean you have to call that person or those people and tell them that you forgive them. You can do it internally within yourself and know wholeheartedly that you hold no grudges or ill will towards anyone that has done you any harm or caused you any stress or trauma throughout your life. and then continue to live your life to the fullest, the best that you can. Leo, this concludes your reading of love for January 2026. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section if this resonated with you, and I hope you'll come back for another reading soon. See you then.